So the first object that we'll see today is a dictionary. Okay. Let's go to this particular object and try to understand what is this dictionary is. So we have been learning about sequence in Python, but now we are going to switch gear and learn about mapping in Python. Sequence means your string. So string is a sequence of character, like your list. List is also a sequence of let's say a string or sequence of integer or sequence of float or combination of all those things. Now here we'll talk about the mapping of it. How we'll map it? We'll map it with a key value pair. Like what happened in the dictionary is we have a value and the value is related to the key, and we have to map between key and the value. That's why it is called key value pair in dictionary. That's why the term called mapping here. And we'll try to understand that if we'll have some sort of data, so how we'll convert it into a dictionary, and what is this dictionary object look like, and what are the different advantages and different value or different significance of this particular object in Python. Let's say if you are familiar with other languages, you can think of this dictionary as a hash table. So in the data structure, you might have gone through the table which is called hash table, in which we have the key pair, and every key is associated with some sort of memory, and this memory address is actual data. So over there, the hash table is nothing but the pointer, and it is pointing to a particular memory address. Here also that pointer is taken as a key, and the value is there which is mapped along with the key. So every value is mapped along with the key, or you can say every key is mapped along with the value. So that's why in dictionary we always talk about key value pair. Now in this section we'll briefly introduce to dictionary, and consist of all these things: construction of a dictionary, accessing object from a dictionary, nested dictionary, and basic dictionary methods. Let's do and try to understand what is this dictionary is. Let's say this example where we have made our first dictionary, which is the variable name is mydict, and to define a dictionary we'll use the curly braces. So if you remember that for defining any string we use either single quote or double quote. To define a list we use the square bracket, right? Here to define the dictionary we have to use curly braces, because we'll not use dictionary or dictionary keyword anywhere, right? Because this is an object of dictionary type, but here will not say that it is a type of dictionary somewhere, or will not define it. So the Python interpreter will be identified based on the curly braces. So any object which is inside the curly braces, this dictionary will think that it is a dictionary, but there is one more property with the curly braces. There should be the key value pair, and it should be in that form. That if you have a key, you put the key, whether it is a string or whether it's a character or integer, anything could be anything could be the key, and it will be the value associated with that. Value could be anything. Value may be integer, maybe string, maybe character, or maybe a boolean value. Okay, and then again there is a comma, and then again key value pair, key2, which is a key, and this is the value, and in between there is a colon. Getting it? So in this way, so in this dictionary mydict, you will find out two pair, one pair, one key pair, another key pair. So we have two pair of key pairs. In the mydict2 also you will find it out like this. So which is a key? This one is a key. And which is a value? This one character. This is a character, right? Because we have taken in a code, so it is a character. Here also, this is a key, this is a character, and this is the key, this is the character. So all these character value are the values, and all these integer value are the key. And we'll put it together into the curly braces, and in between the key and the value pair, there are colon. So that thing you must have to understand. Now after that, if you want to print it, we'll print it like myDict2. So it will print it. It will print the value, right? And this is how it is going to print. So in that way also you can understand that this is a dictionary, right? Let's go to find out the type of it. So what you have to write for the finding out the type of that particular object. So what we have to do, we have to write type, and in bracket we have to write myDict2. See, what is the data type? Data type is dictionary. DICT is the short form of dictionary. So this is the data type of this particular object. Okay. So this is one object which is called dictionary, and this is the variable which is automatically become a dictionary because we are putting the value on it, and that value is nothing but an object, and which is called dictionary. Okay, let's say I want to get some values. So we can get the value through the key value. With the key, we can get the value. So let's say if I want this particular value 1, so I have to go for key 1. Because as we have just now seen that this particular dictionary, you will take it as a hash table. In the hash table, we have pointer and we have the address where we'll get the actual data. So it is you take it as a pointer. When we point this, it is pointing to this particular value. When we point this will point to this particular value. So how we'll get the value 1? We have to look for key 1. Then only the value 1 will be printed. So here also the same thing will be done. In the myDict dictionary, it is asking for key 2. So what is the value inside the key 2? The value is value 2. So the value is the output of that particular indexing of that. Okay. The same thing we can do with key 1. So if I want key 1, so it will give me value 1. Right. This is one thing how we'll retrieve the data from the dictionary. It is important to note that the dictionary are very flexible in data types. They can hold. So it is very flexible related to the data type. So whole Python is the flexibility, or you can say the Python is using a dynamic data type, right? So data type is not any constraint in any object related to the Python. So here in this example, you'll see this is one key value pair. This is another key value pair. And after that, we have another key value pair. So you see what will happen here. Key 1 will be having value 1, 2, 3, which is an integer. Key 2 have the value as a list of integer, and key 3 is also having the value as a list, and that list is having strings, right? So you can see that there is no restriction on the values that we are putting into the dictionary. So if you are asking for key 3 in myDict, so definitely you will get that particular list, and the value in the particular list is the value here belongs to key 3 is a list. So that list is going to print. Now this type also you can do. Let's say you want the last item of that particular list. So we know that how we can do the indexing with the list. So first you go for the key 3. Key 3 will give you this. And then in that you will go to the second position. Means this is the 0th position. This is the first position. This is the second position. So this value is going to print. See, this is how we can do indexing in dictionary. Now see, we can use some pairs related to the string. So we have seen the upper and the lowercase functions, sorry, the method in the related to the string previously. So that string, this we can apply. So in the key 3, the 0th position means item 0. This one, particular one, item 0. This item 0 dot upper means all the value related to key 3 will be now upper value. Now, if we'll print after this, let's say we'll run it, and if we'll print after this, I have to run this. So when we'll print after this upper function, upper method, so we'll get the value as a all upper, upper, what you can say, upper characters are there with integers. Sorry, not integer, with items. The upper value has been done. If you want to do, lower was previously there, so it is not going to change with the lower, but upper, it will make it all the small to capital characters. Now key 1 is nothing but your integer 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 is going to print with the key 1, right? So this is how we can get, or we can retrieve the value from the dictionary. Now we can do some mathematical operations also. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, and we want to do subtraction with 1, 2, 3 of that particular value. We can do that with this. So mydict k1 will be equal to mydict k1 minus 1, 2, 3. The meaning is this value, which will be given by this particular statement, is 1, 2, 3. It will be minus 1, 2, 3. It will be 0. Now 0 will be allocated to key 1, right? So 0 will be allocated to key 1. So if you want to print the value, so key 1 value will be 0 afterwards. So this is how your dictionary and the operation related to dictionary works. So I think this, up to this, it is clear to all of you. You doesn't have to worry on that, but you just have to remember that how you define the dictionary. So you define the dictionary with the key value pair. Key could be anything. Key could be your integer, key could be your string, and your value could be anything. Value could be an integer, value could be the string, but you have to remember the syntax, how you define a, how you are going to define a dictionary. That you have to remember. Okay. Let's see some built-in methods, self-subtraction and addition or multiplication, that how we can do here in dictionary. Like here, mydict key 1 will, it is written minus equal to 1, 2, 3. So key 1 value is 0. 0 minus 1, 2, 3, it will be minus 1, 2, 3. And if we'll print it, it is going to print minus 1, 2, 3. Right? So that thing we can do. We can do all of the arithmetic operation here. Now let's say we'll create a dictionary with some different objects. Let's see this. We are creating a new dictionary, which is an empty dictionary. So here we are creating D, which is an empty dictionary. Now we are putting some key value pair there. So D, animal. Animal is a key. And here dog is a value there. So right now, one key value pair has been added here. In the D, in the animal section, we'll add dog. Let's say we want to print it. Let's say you want to print D. So what that value D will give you? This key value pair, because it has been just added, right? So in that way, you can add some dictionary object into the dictionary variable. Okay. I have to put this here. Okay, no problem. Another key value pair is there, answer equal to 42. This is also key pair, just run it. And now we'll show the value of D. So we have two key value pair. One is the animal and the dog. Another is the answer and 42. So you see, if we'll create an empty dictionary, we can create it. and later on we can add it in this way. So this is the way how we can add some more object, dictionary object into the variable. Now let's see how we can do nesting of dictionary, means dictionary inside another dictionary. Let's see this. We have defined a dictionary D and we have a key one, and the value to the key one is this one. Getting it? And inside that we have another dictionary with a key, and this is the pair of it, right? Another that we have another dictionary called sub-nested key, and the value is this. So I think it is clear. For the key one, this is the value. For the nest key, this is the value. For the sub-nest key, this is the value. Getting it? In the same way, this is another example, D2. This is the key and this is the value. Now we have another key 2, and inside that we have the value, another dictionary. Here also we have a key and the value pair. This is a key and the value is this. And this is nothing but another dictionary where this is the key and this is the value. So you see how we can do a nesting inside the dictionary. The same thing we have seen in the list also, we can do the nesting in the list. The same way here also we can do the nesting in the dictionary. So let's say I want this 65. How will get the 65? First you will get, because this 65 is the part of this key, right? So the key is 2. So we have taken 2 first. And then again the key is 4 to get the value 65, right? So we can get the 65 by 2 and 4. You just run it and then you'll get it. Let's say I want this value. How will get this particular value? So for that you have to write D. What is the key here? So the first key is your key 1, and then second key is your nest key, and the last key is your sub nest key, right? So you'll get the value, this value. So I think it is clear, because one key you will get here, second key you are getting here, third key you are getting here and getting the value, that is value 3. Yeah, so the same thing is written here, which I have written here. I'll just remove it. The same thing is here, right? Let's go to some of the methods related to the dictionary. We have some method. We'll go it quickly. That there are different methods, like find out the keys. Let's say this is the dictionary where we have key 1, key 2, key 3, and the values are 1, 2, 3. So if I'll write d dot keys, and this is the method for that, so it will give me the dictionary keys. What are the dictionary keys we have in D? So it will be K1, K2, and K3 are the dictionary of this particular dictionary. We have K1, Key1, Key2, and Key3 are the keys. Now I don't want the key, I want the values, what is inside the this particular dictionary. That I can get with the method values. So I can use keys and I can get the values. Key will give me the keys, whatever the key we have in the dictionary, and values will give me the values, whatever values we have in the dictionary. Let's say if I want the whole values and the key pair here, I can have to use another method called items. That items will give me the key value pair. So this is one. So this is one pair. This is another pair, and this is another pair. So this is one item. This is another item. This is another item, right? So we have 3 items inside the particular dictionary. So you can see that this is a one key value pair. this is another key value pair, and this is another key value pair, and that will taken as a item here, right? So I think you understand dictionary very well.